So you just formed your LLC. Congratulations. You might think you're done, but the truth is you're just getting started and the real work begins now. Most new business owners make the same mistake. They file their paperwork and think they're protected, but without the right steps after formation, your LLC is basically useless and you could lose everything you're trying to protect. Today, I'm going to walk you through exactly what you need to do after forming your LLC. These steps will turn your paper filing into a real business that actually protects your personal stuff, and will cover getting your business number, opening the right bank account, launching online, handling taxes, and much more. Stick around because by the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap to make your LLC bulletproof. The first thing you need to do is get your EIN, which stands for Employer Identification Number. Think of it like a social security number, but for your business. You need this number for almost everything because you can't open a business bank account without it, you can't file taxes without it, and if you ever want to hire people, you need it. Getting your EIN is super easy and completely free. Go to the IRS website and fill out their online form, which is like answering a bunch of simple questions about your business, and the whole thing takes about 10 minutes. Here's the cool part. You get your number right away, but here's what they don't tell you. The IRS takes up to 2 weeks to put your number in their main system, so if you try to use it right away for some things, it might not work yet. Your EIN is the foundation for everything else we're going to talk about. So once you have it, then you can move on to Chapter 2, open your business bank account. This next step is the most important thing you'll do as an LLC owner because you must open a separate business bank account. Not doing this is the biggest mistake new LLC owners make. Here's why this matters so much. Your LLC is supposed to be separate from you personally, so if you mix your business money with your personal money, courts can ignore your LLC protection, and they call this piercing the corporate veil. When this happens, creditors can come after your house, your car, and your personal savings. Everything you form the LLC to protect becomes fair game, and this is not a joke. So how do you avoid this? Well, it's simple. Never ever mix your money by using your business account only for business stuff and use your personal account only for personal stuff with no exceptions. When you go to open your business bank account, bring these things: your articles of organization from when you formed the LLC, your EIN confirmation letter, a copy of your operating agreement, any business licenses you might have, and of course, your driver's license. People always ask me what business bank account I recommend, and the list is always changing. But as a general rule of thumb, I'll say this. Most banks offer business bank accounts, so if you have a personal bank account that you love, start there. It will make it easier for you to see all your accounts, business and personal, and do owner distributions when you are ready to pay yourself from the business. Once you have this business bank account set up, then it's time to move to Chapter 3, set up your money tracking system. Now that you have your business bank account, you need to track every penny that goes in and out because good record keeping isn't just smart business, it's legal protection. Courts look at how well you keep records when deciding whether to pierce the corporate veil. Sloppy records make it look like you don't take your business seriously, while clean records show you respect the separation between you and your business. You have two main ways to track your money. Cash basis accounting is simpler because you record money when you actually get it or spend it, while accrual accounting is more complex but more accurate since you record money when you earn it or owe it, even if cash hasn't moved yet. For most small LLCs, cash basis is fine to start with, and as your business grows, you might need to switch to accrual. Use accounting software to make this easier because programs like QuickBooks can connect to your bank account to categorize transactions automatically. Your goal is to have records so clean that anyone could look at them and immediately understand your business finances. Now that you have your EIN, business bank account, and your bookkeeping set up, then you're ready to invest. Bringing us to Chapter 4, launching your business online. Now that you have your business foundation set up, it's time to get online and start attracting customers. This is where most new business owners get overwhelmed because building a website, setting up marketing systems, and managing leads used to require multiple expensive tools and technical skills. I personally use an all-in-one platform called Go High Level to manage my 7-figure marketing agency and accounting firm. And I recommend it to others as well because it gives your new LLC everything you need to launch online. I have a special link in the description below that gets you 30 days free if you're interested. So let me quickly go through some of the features. First, let's talk about getting your domain name and website. With Go High Level, you can register your domain directly in the platform, which means no need to go to separate domain registrars or figure out complicated DNS settings because everything connects automatically. The website builder is drag and drop simple, so you don't need coding skills or expensive designers. Choose from hundreds of professional templates designed specifically for different industries, and whether you're a consultant, contractor, coach, or service provider, there's a template that fits your business. But here's where it gets powerful. These aren't just pretty websites because they're built to convert visitors into customers. Most templates include lead capture forms, booking calendars, and payment processing, so your website becomes a 24/7 sales machine. Also, there are artificial intelligence features built in Go High Level that make running your new business extremely efficient. The AI website builder can create your entire website in minutes by just telling it about your business, and it builds everything automatically, including pages, content, images, and the whole thing. There's also an AI content writer that creates blog posts, social media content, and email campaigns. As a new business owner, you're wearing many hats, so this AI assistant can save you a ton of time. The AI conversation feature is incredible for customer service because it can chat with website visitors, answer common questions, and even book appointments. It's like having a virtual assistant working around the clock. Go High Level also includes a complete CRM system where every lead gets tracked automatically. You can see where they came from, what pages they visited, and how they interacted with your business. And this data helps you understand what's working and what isn't. There's a ton of more features like automations, calendars, payment processing, documents, contacts, and so on. But the best thing is to test it out for yourself. Normally, if you go to their website, they give new users a 14-day free trial. But if you use my link in the description below, you'll get access to a 30-day free trial. So check that out if you haven't done so already. All right, now let's move on to Chapter 5, Handling Taxes as a New Business. Here's something that trips up a lot of new LLC owners. By default, the IRS treats your LLC as a pass-through entity, which means your business doesn't pay taxes directly, and instead, all the profits and losses pass through to your personal tax return. When you're self-employed, the IRS expects you to pay taxes throughout the year, not just when you file your tax return. You'll need to estimate your income and pay quarterly on these dates: April 15th, June 15th, September 15th, and January 15th of the following year. The general rule is if you expect to owe more than $1,000 in taxes for the year, you need to make quarterly payments. Use Form 1040 ES to calculate and submit your estimated payments, and you can pay online through the IRS website. You shouldn't skip quarterly payments because the IRS charges penalties and interest if you underpay, and these fees add up quickly over time. Now here's the good news. As a new business owner, if you are hit with any penalties or interest payments for the first time, maybe because you didn't know the rules, then the IRS usually allows a one-time waiver of these extra fees. When tax season rolls around, you should know that single-member LLCs will file their taxes on their individual 1040 personal tax returns using Schedule C, while multi-member LLCs will file their taxes on a partnership 1065 return and then pass a K-1 to each member to report on their personal tax return. If you decide to have your LLC taxed as an S corporation, then you would file an 1120 S tax return. I have an entire video where I break down the LLC versus S corporation, so I'll link that video at the end of this one so you can check it out. Now, I want you to consider hiring a tax professional for your first year because they can help you set up proper systems, identify deductions you might miss, and ensure you're compliant with all requirements. The cost of professional help is usually less than the mistakes you might make on your own. During this time, ask as many questions as possible so that you are equipped to handle your taxes on your own eventually if you choose to. Fill out my form in the description below if you are looking for assistance. Chapter 6, Handle State and Local Rules. Your LLC obligations don't stop at federal taxes because every state has its own rules and every city might have its own rules too. You need to know what applies to you. Let's use Georgia as an example since that's where my businesses operate. In Georgia, you have to file an annual report with the Secretary of State where the deadline is April 1st every year and the fee is $100. Here's something important. Your first annual report isn't due in the year you form your LLC, but rather in the following year. So if you form your LLC in 2025, your first report is due April 1st, 2026. Miss this deadline and you get hit with a late fee and keep missing it, and some states can dissolve your LLC completely. Don't let a small fee kill your protection. Now, for local rules, every location is different because some cities require business licenses, some counties have special taxes, and some states have franchise taxes or other annual fees. Do your homework for your specific location by calling your city hall, checking your county website, and looking up your state's business registration requirements. Don't assume the rules are the same everywhere. Missing local requirements can shut down your business fast because local governments have a lot of power to make your life difficult if you don't follow their rules. Chapter 7, Execute an Operating Agreement. An operating agreement is like the constitution for your LLC because it spells out how your business works, who makes decisions, how profits get split, and what happens if someone wants to leave. Even if your state doesn't require an operating agreement, you absolutely need one because this document proves your LLC is a real business, not just a shell. Courts look at operating agreements when deciding whether to pierce the corporate veil. If you're the only owner, your operating agreement might seem pointless, but it's not, because it protects you if you become unable to run your business. It can name someone to temporarily manage things and spell out what happens to the business if you die. If you have partners, an operating agreement isn't optional because it's mandatory. Without it, you're asking for problems since partners will disagree about money, decisions, and direction, and your operating agreement gives you a roadmap for handling these conflicts. Your operating agreement should cover several key areas, starting with basic organizational details like business name, location, purpose, and registered agent information. Next, document capital contributions, which means who put in what money or assets when the business started, and this matters for profit sharing or if someone leaves the business. Also, spell out profit and loss allocation, which is how you split the money the business makes or loses, and this might be based on ownership percentages or some other formula you agree on. Define your management structure by deciding if your LLC is member managed, where all owners make decisions together, or manager managed, where you appoint specific people to run day-to-day operations. When it comes to exits, single-member LLC owners should focus on succession planning, and multi-member LLC owners should emphasize dispute resolution procedures. Chapter 8, protect your business with insurance. Remember, your LLC protects your personal assets from business problems, but it doesn't protect your business assets from lawsuits and disasters, and that's where business insurance comes in. General liability insurance is the foundation, because this covers bodily injury and property damage caused by your business operations. Someone slips and falls in your office, or an employee accidentally damages a client's property, and general liability handles these claims. If you provide professional services, you need professional liability insurance too, which is also called errors and omissions insurance, and it covers claims that you made mistakes or gave bad advice that cost someone money. If you have employees, you probably need workers' compensation insurance because this pays for medical bills and lost wages if an employee gets hurt on the job, and most states require this coverage if you have employees. Business property insurance protects your equipment, inventory, and office space. So if there's a fire or theft, this insurance helps you replace what you lost and get back to business. Don't skip insurance to save money because one lawsuit can destroy everything you've built, and the cost of insurance is tiny compared to the cost of a major claim. All right, let's recap and review next steps. First, get your EIN from the IRS website immediately because this unlocks everything else you need to do. Second, open a dedicated business bank account and never mix personal and business money because this is your strongest protection against losing your LLC status. Third, set up proper bookkeeping to track every dollar in and out. Fourth, launch your business online with Go High Level to start attracting customers and building your digital presence. Click the link in the description below to get a 30-day free trial. Sixth, research and comply with all state and local requirements for your location. Seventh, create a solid operating agreement that defines how your business works. Finally, get appropriate business insurance to protect your company's assets. These steps transform your LLC from a piece of paper into a real business that actually protects you, and the work you put in now pays dividends for years to come. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe for more content. Coming up next, I have a video on how to pay yourself as an LLC and a video on LLC versus S corporation, so check that out if you haven't already. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.